Today, we want to talk about achieving peak performance. And this is because I've just read a Forbes article that talked about achieving peak performance. And I just want to share it here about some of the things you can do or some of the things that can help you achieve peak performance. Peak performance simply means high performance. You don't just want to settle for average. You don't want to settle for less. You don't want to settle for let's just do it. It's okay. You want to get to that. You want to be a peak performer. That's what we are talking about. And the number one thing you have to do is tell your story yourself. The story you put out there about yourself, it is what people will run with. If you tell us the story of how incapable or inefficient that you are, we will run with it. If you tell us that you are a perfectionist, we will run with it. If you tell us that you aim to help people, you aim to be the best at what you do, we will run with it. So, whatever you put out there, whatever narrative you put out there about yourself, that is what people will run with, and it will change or make them want to patronize you if you're into business. It will make them want to associate with you for networking and whatnot. It's going to either make them want to or make them not to want. All right, so tell the story in such a way that that narrative is in your favor and brings you patronage and brings you money and brings you connections, brings you good network. So tell your story yourself. Number two thing is for you to stop negative thinking. Stop it halfway. When you see that your mind is projecting negative thoughts, you have to tell yourself that that's not where you're headed. That's not where you're going to. I know that in trying to be a high performer, to be a peak performer, there's always this thing about beating yourself up that you're not doing enough or you're not doing well. Stop negative thinking on its track, and make sure that you are only allowing or nurturing positive thinking. Another thing is for you to focus less and do not obsess. What this means is that if you want to be a peak performer, there is need for intense focus. And by intense focus, it means that it must be a targeted focus. Focus that is not on a lot of things, but focus on something that you're giving your all and making sure that you are growing with that thing. So focus on less and do not obsess over it, because when you obsess over it excessively, you can be, go into the negative side and it will be detrimental to you. So focus on less. Have a targeted focus. Don't be on everything. Let your attention not be everywhere. Right? That's it about that. And then finally, manage your willpower. Every person have a healthy amount of dosage of willpower in them to do something. As you wake up in the morning, manage that willpower to continue to push, to continue to give it your all, to continue to press on and do what it is you need to do. Make sure that it is always there. Even when it is not there, make sure that you are giving your all to continue pushing. Of course, you'll be meeting challenges on the way, you'll be meeting obstacles, but the moment you give up, that's where it all ends. But if you continue to push, continue to give yourself the morale to continue to make maximum effort, then you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, little recap. Number one, you have to tell your story yourself. You have to make sure that this story is what you want people to run with. The narrative people have of you is what you have put out there, not what they assume. Because even if you don't say anything, people will make an assumption of who you are. So why not just go ahead and give them that narrative instead of allowing them to conjure up a narrative of who you are and running with it? So do the conjuring yourself and let us run with it. And the second thing I talked about is ensuring that, forgot the second thing. The second thing is to stop negative thinking. Make sure that you are taking it away and bringing in only the positives. Number three thing I talked about, focusing on less. Have a targeted focus. Don't be everywhere and nowhere in particular. Have a targeted focus. And finally, manage your willpower. It is very important to manage your willpower and continue to push all day long. I wish you the best. Eventually, you're going to be or going to see light at the end of the tunnel. Definitely, if you're looking forward to being a peak performer. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. Bye, guys.